Take 3. Alright, buddy, you gotta face this way for the camera. Alright, I'm Sarah Clotton, and today I'm going to be talking to you about why children should own horses. Just to tell you a little bit about myself, I've owned a horse for 17 years, and I was also a qualifier for the 2013 American Quarter Horse Association World Championship Show. Now, picture this, big blue, maybe green eyes, staring up at you begging for a ride on that furry four-legged creature we call a pony at the fair. Your first instinct is to tell your child, no, we've got better things to spend our money on. But what you don't know is that you could jumpstart a passion that they will have for the rest of their lives. While it is true that owning a horse, which is inevitable with a horse-crazy child, can be expensive, would you rather increase the chances of finding your son or daughter as a teenager who is not succeeding in school, lacks initiative, and simply doesn't care about their life or others? Children that own horses are less likely to develop juvenile delinquency and are prone to becoming a more responsible adult. According to an article published by Northeastern University in Science Daily, it said that involvement in non-school activities significantly protected young boys and girls from serious delinquent behavior. When children are involved in owning and showing horses, you are giving them a place to be so that they aren't on the streets. And if you're a protective parent, you know exactly where they are, what they are doing, and who they are doing it with. This creates an environment that is less conducive to delinquency and more conducive to a healthy living style. This allows for horse activities to also be family activities, which is a win-win in my eyes. Owning a horse requires you to develop strong behavioral habits that lead to well-developed and capable adults. Articles from GoHorseShow.com featured many ideas about why children should own and show horses. You have to be responsible because you're the only one that can walk over to the grain bin and get a scoop of food out for this big guy. A horse can't do that for themselves. And you also have to be consistent because if they're not fed on routine, then they can develop serious illnesses such as colic, which can be fatal. Building on responsibility, horses cost a lot to care for, and if you're going to allow your child to have one, then it is a great way to give them a chance to learn how to work for what they want and pay for a portion of themselves. Whether it's by volunteering to muck stalls out at the riding school that they're taking lessons at, or getting a part-time job at Subway. Horses also create patience in children and are humbling. They have a mind of their own, and they don't always want to do what you tell them to, like put up their ears, for instance. You have to work day after day on the same thing to make a little progress, but when you reach your goal, you feel a sense of accomplishment. This feeling leads to an increase in self-esteem and confidence, which were key points highlighted in an article by Hannah Brodus. For some people, feeling like an outcast is their everyday norm, and having a horse gives them an opportunity to feel important and strong, because it takes a lot of work to form a partnership and gain the trust of a horse, which is what you do. You earn a lifelong friendship with your horse, someone who is always there to listen to you, and someone who understands you without even speaking. You also create friendships with people that have the same interests as you by going to horse events. And children also gain mentors and role models when they're in the form of their trainers, someone who they can trust wholeheartedly. Now, I know that there's one thing that has stayed in the back of your mind this entire time. I just can't get over the cost. It's a huge issue and one that shouldn't be taken lightly. I do realize that you have to take into account the initial investment of the horse, boarding, vet fees, and also things that go along with owning a horse, like owning a truck, as well as a trailer. In my mind, all of these things are small in comparison to putting your child in and out of rehab for drugs and eating disorders, or bailing them out of jail. In a GoHorseShow.com article, many parents said that they put forth the cost of owning a horse because they saw the type of kids that ride and show horses and they wanted their kids to be around them. Now, I don't know about you, but I think it's time to do the math on how important your child's well-being and success is. Don't end it